What's up, YouTube? Motorcycle jeans, the title of which contains a forbidden taboo word, Kevlar. Don't use that word on eBay because it's a zero risk. On Poshmark, who cares? I don't. 40 bucks plus shipping on that. Poshmark has picked up slightly. I no longer am hovering my sword above its neck. It has bought itself a little bit of time. A Xenia suit, listed it at 55 for some reason, I think because it had that hole in the collar from Mr. Sid himself. And the pants, I think, were a weird measurement. Let's see. 37 by 28 is a little bit unusual. 50 bucks. Pair of Affliction board shorts with a cool skull on them. Sold for 25. Took a while to sell, but it's because we had to go through the entire cold season before they became really in demand again. Affliction, you might suspect of not being worth any money, and you would be dead wrong. Dead wrong. As dead as this fellow on the pull tab here. Ed Hardy, also great. An Old Navy open front cardigan that I got for free from my neighbor. Thank you, neighbor, if you're watching. 15 bucks. A Canelli suit jacket, made in Italy. Had a hole in the stitching there and there on the inside. It was water-resistant wool, which I've never seen before, on the silver tag, which means 2000s, I think. Sold for 50 bucks. Suits and jackets are doing surprisingly well right now. I thought this was a complete mistake, but it sold out of season for 35 bucks. It is a Christmas-themed Tommy Bahama silk shirt. It did sell for 35. I have a bunch of provisos when it comes to Tommy Bahama. It's this weird brand in that it seems to sell really well for a lot of people and not at all well for me and many others. I really struggle to sell it. Other people can't keep it in their shops. I do pick up the all over print and the weird like embroidered graphic shirts. Even then, I have to overcome a lot of resistance internally to do that because I just simply don't like selling Tommy Bahama. I don't like at least going through the listing process and paying up for Tommy Bahama stuff, despite how popular a resale brand it is, or perhaps because of it. A basic Lululemon men's performance polo shirt, size large. There was no size tag in the collar. That's true of most Lululemon pieces, men, women, tops, bottoms. The tag tears off really easily. I found the size inside the hem, along with this so funny slogan. There's the logo, 38 bucks. Somebody pointed out to me that Lululemon is doing a buyback program now for used clothing, so the market is not as healthy as once it was, so they claim. I still do great with it. We are on eBay. This is not a very good brand, UV Skins with a Z. I don't think it's that good of a brand. It is a larger size, 3XL, and it's a rash guard, and it has UPF somewhere on the tags. I don't know what the UPF thing is, if they chemically treat the fabric or if it's just a marketing thing. I think if you have clothes on, it has a UPF value. It is also a rash guard. Rash guard fabric is like performance fabric, but it is heavy, like heavy duty. And you find this mostly in tops. Bottoms, I think, are a little less common. And this is rash guard season. Surfers, bodyboarders, other oceanics use rash guards. This is a brand called Jamie Sadok. When I bought the piece, the sell-through was close to 100%. It did take a little while to sell. It's a size small. Maybe that's because of, who knows? Whoever ever knows. 18 bucks for this. I think I paid 2 or 3 bucks for it. A new old stock or dead stock polo shirt, knit polo shirt from probably the Iries, the 90s or the early 2000s. This might be Y2K. Maybe I should have used that keyword. Took forever to sell for 25. Levi's 511s, 20 bucks. Got these, would have been at the bins. There's fading on the knees. The leather tag on the waist is missing. Still flip for 20 bucks. Levi's jeans, I like to pick up at the bins and just kind of consider them a longer tail piece. Some of the cuts are more in demand than others. 511s, I don't remember what the sell-through is. I have a breakdown of each cut of the Levi's in the Menswear Manifesto, which is free or pay what you want. There's a link in the description. It's a guide to 330 clothing brands, men's clothing brands to resell. Really not a shock here. Cool shorts, flipped for 40 bucks. Sat on them until the weather turned, and then they flipped. This one was a gamble. I spent, I believe, $7 or $8 on these nylon board shorts that were clearly vintage, and there was absolutely no record of this brand anywhere on any of the reselling apps that I could find. There was only one mention of it on a bodyboarding forum, or a wakeboarding, no, it was wakeboarding, from 5+ years ago, talking about how much they loved this brand when they were a kid. Uncharacteristically of me, I just shot for it. Did a Hail Mary pass bottom, listed them for 75. Somebody offered me 25. I countered at like 65. They offered 35. I just said yes. 2 pairs of these new with tags Dickies slacks or chinos sold. I have an entire bin full of these that have not moved. This may have been a mistake, but it was 75% off day, so these were all like $1.50. Pair of Highlight shorts, active shorts. Really kind of a frustrating brand because it used to be awesome and now it's really hit or miss. Definitely at the bins, pick it up, yes. But these basic shorts, I'm on the fence about now. Lucky brand, 100% linen shorts, size 35. They were pretty heavy. They went out in a priority envelope. And another one where it would have sold right away had the weather been warmer, but had to sit on them for a little bit. Seasonality is really a good thing to know about, and it's something that you don't need a ton of experience with. Just exercise your judgment. Also, if it's hot where you live, take a look at the sweater rack and the jacket rack, and you may be pleasantly surprised by what you find. Bins pickup, 15 bucks. Ralph Lauren Polo Jeans Co. A check, micro check shirt in orange, 15 bucks. If I can find these for less than $1 like this one was, then I'm happy to pick it up. A Mickey Mouse raglan. These are also called Burnout Shirts, I learned. These really lightweight sheer shirts. They're usually a cotton blend, like a cotton poly blend. Another item that's more popular during the summer. And Disney stuff, if you find it at the bins, is pretty safe. I would be cautious paying up for it at retail thrifts unless it's like a more valuable piece. Great Bolo brand. Trip NYC was sold at Hot Topic, and it's mostly stuff like this. If you find rave pants from Trip NYC, those are worth over 100 bucks. And this flipped for 50. Basic graphic tank top, women's medium, Stone Brewing. I find a lot of Stone stuff because it's local to me. Beer shirts, Breweriana, or whatever the annoying keyword is, or category name, can do quite well. A new with tags, soft surroundings, denim look, Tencel. This keyword right here is a really good one to know. Sold for 25. It did have a broken button. The buttons were mother of pearl. And also it had a spare button. So if you find something with a broken button and it has a spare, take a photo of the spare and mention it in the description. I got this at a Goodwill, 68 bucks, and it took a little bit to sell, but these new age books can be a great win. Another book that's very rare, very niche, and it's vintage too, from '88. It's an older edition of Genetics for Cat Breeders. You'll develop a sense if you sell books for what kind of a thing may be worth money, and it's typically really specific stuff for really, really specific people and purposes. Another brand that's in the manifesto, Scotty Vest. They do kind of utility clothing, and this was a pair of pants that I had never seen before. I've never found any pants from Scotty Vest, just tops. Sold for 34. Could have asked more for this, but it was a quick flip. It always is a quick flip, Scotty Vest. Basic pair of Volcom shorts, 20 bucks. Bins pickup. Another Bolo brand, Waggle. Sold for $40. Got it for $6. And it's a golf brand. It is, I think, pretty similar to Bad Birdie, which is another brand that makes clothing like this. And Loudmouth also makes really brightly colored golf clothing for the crazy golfer. Stuff like this typically is worth picking up. Another one of these Oxford suits sold for $112.50. I would have sent out a best offer had it listed at $125. 2 of these have now sold out of the 4 or 5 that I found. That's the tag. Anchor blue, when I was in middle school, was about on the level of a Massimo. I mean, it was just everywhere. You could buy it at Mervyn's. But now, through the wonders of fashion and the internet, it is worth a lot of money sometimes. I really like finding baggy anchor blue jeans, and they'll be marketed as baggy jeans. And these cargo pants also, 40 bucks. They are pretty much always quick flippers. I think I have 1 pair in stock right now of the baggy jeans, and they haven't sold because they're covered in stains and tears, but they will eventually flip. I've not been listing as much on eBay or Poshmark because Whatnot does take a lot of time and energy, but it is worth it. The next auction is going to be today, Friday, when you're watching this video. If you watch it the day it's published at 5, and there will be a link in the description. See you there, I hope.